Morning. Woo, that got me. But sunshine finally returns today, but we're already starting to see those temperatures drop a little bit this morning. You'll notice here on our front porch that we're seeing those temperatures. They're into the lower 40s, but some of us are into the lower 30s. As you look at temperatures right now up to the north and to the west, you're seeing those temperatures starting to drop, and that's really making its way down into the south and to the east. We're still pretty warm, though. You can see Hazard at 40, 39 Harlan, 42 in Middlesboro, and really that 24-hour temperature change, it's coming, seeing about a 20-degree difference from this time yesterday. Good news is we're seeing those clouds get out of here, and that's why some of us are seeing those cooler spots this morning. But the good news is we'll see those clouds get out of here, which means sunshine returns, and really that sticks around for the next couple of days. We also see a warming trend, not today, but as we head into the next couple of days. And of course, we see those rain chances return once again. I'll talk about that and more coming up in just a little bit. Connor.
All right, thanks, Paige. Well, 4 neurology clinics in eastern Kentucky unexpectedly closed yesterday. Officials with multiple federal agencies, including the Drug Enforcement Administration, were seen walking in and out of the clinic carrying items. It's not known what those items were. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher explains what we know at this point.
Multiple federal agencies closed a string of neurology clinics Monday.
And it surprises me for people to say, refer to him as a pill mill, because I have not seen that happen.
The clinics are located in Belfry, Harold, Whitesburg, and Pikeville. Michelle Vance has been a patient at Dr. Goody's Pikeville Neurology Clinic for 8 years.
He doesn't write out prescriptions just because you ask for them.
She says she was shocked to hear what was happening.
I'm really surprised by this because he drug tests regularly. He brings you in for pill counts regularly.
A handwritten note is posted on the front door of the Pikeville Clinic saying they were closed. Elizabeth Centers says she is not surprised.
They don't want to help people that really wants to try to be helped.
Centers says she was a patient at one of Dr. Goody's clinics.
They acted like to me. I mean, if you wasn't a pain management patient, they didn't even want to try to do nothing for you.
As far as we know, nobody has been charged with anything, and officials are not telling us what they were doing Monday. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
We talked to an employee of one clinic on the phone. She did not want to go on a camera for an interview, but she denied any wrongdoing and said this was just a standard investigation. The employee told us the clinics are scheduled to reopen this morning. And a drug arrest in Irvine, Kentucky leads to an officer overdosing after being exposed to drugs at a home. Narcan was used on Captain John Sternioli twice. Luckily, he's feeling much better now. He says he just drew the short straw.
He had heroin on a dinner plate. It was actually his mother and father's eating plates, and there was chunks, lines. He was packaging it up for sale. It just came over me. It was like a wave of distress, and I went out the back door, and the trooper said from there it just went downhill. I've been pepper sprayed. I've been tased. I've been beaten, and I mean the whole 9 yards. This doesn't come anywhere close to it.
The man police say is responsible, Josh Riddle, is behind bars at Three Forks Regional Jail facing several charges. It's not clear when he'll face a judge. And Letcher County ranks last in organ donation sign-ups across the state. Circuit Court Clerk Mike Watts says he's hoping to improve the statistics in the next several months. Currently, a little more than 12% of people in Letcher County are signed up as organ donors, but Watts says he will be out in the community in the next few months promoting the Donate Life program.
Letcher County ranks 120th in the state. We're last place in organ donors. We were like 12%. And Clark County is number 1. They've got like 93% of their population's organ donors.
If you are not an organ donor and would like to become one, you can head on over to our website, WYMT.com. There you can find more information. And in about 2 months, eastern Kentucky will see a brand new method of fighting the opioid crisis and the spread of diseases. A state grant is funding this van, which will be used as a mobile needle exchange. The van will be shared in 5 counties: Knox, Laurel, Whitley, Clay, and Jackson. All counties have needle exchange programs of their own. Officials say the van will help break down the barriers of why they might not be able to make it to health departments, like lack of transportation or fear of the program's Health directors say it will do so much more than change clean needles for dirty ones.
HIV testing, hepatitis C testing. We will administer hepatitis A vaccines, provide resource information. We will have a peer counselor on this van that will provide resources to those participants.
Mark Hensley says in addition to the person operating the van and helping patients with their services, support counselors will work with drug users to help find them a way out of their addictions. In keeping the pressure on President Trump, 6 House Democratic Committee chairmen are calling on Attorney General William Barr to hand over the full Mueller report by next Tuesday. They say it's needed to help with their ongoing investigations into the president, but Trump and his allies in Congress are now looking to push back against what they believe is presidential harassment. CBS's Laura Podesta has the latest.
We're glad it's over.
With the special counsel's report in the hands of the Justice Department, President Trump is going on the offensive.
A lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things. Those people will certainly be looked at.
His Republican allies followed suit, confident Robert Mueller's report has vindicated the president.
Mr. Mueller thoroughly investigated the Trump campaign. You cannot say that about the other side of the story.
The Democrats have way overstepped and overplayed this.
Others urged caution.
When you get what you want, leave it alone. Don't be a meathead about this, Mr. President.
In a 4-page summary, Attorney General William Barr said Mueller did not find that the Trump campaign or anyone associated with it conspired or coordinated with Russia. But on the question of whether the president obstructed justice, Barr said while Mueller's report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him.
There are a lot of open questions.
Congressman Adam Schiff and 5 other House committee chairmen, each with their own investigations into the president, are asking Barr for the full report by next Tuesday.
We will use the Mueller report and the underlying evidence when we obtain it to make decisions about the focus of our investigation.
Barr says he intends to release as much of the report as he can. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
President Trump said yesterday he'd be okay with Barr making the entire report public, though the president could order Barr to do so at any time. Meanwhile, lawmakers are making plans to have the Attorney General testify on Capitol Hill. And Special Counsel Robert Mueller's nearly 2-year-long investigation into that collusion during the 2016 elections is complete, and Congressman Hal Rogers tells us this is a, quote, huge victory for the president. He says he looks forward to the full report being released.
But I want to see the report. We voted a couple of weeks ago in the House, sense of Congress, that the full report should be made public. So I hope the Attorney General, and I believe he will release what he can legally.
Republicans, along with the Trump administration, say the report lifts the cloud of suspicion over the presidency, allowing the country to move forward. Congressional Democrats still have several open investigations into the Trump administration. And the Mississippi River reached major flood stage yesterday morning in St. Paul, and the water is expected to keep rising this week. Flooding is already impacting nearby roads and parks. The pavilion at Harriet Island Park is sandbagged and surrounded in water. About half a dozen roads in the city are closed because of high water, including stretches of Jackson, Warner, and Shepherd. Several popular parks and boat launches are also shut down.
And good morning. Time to get a quick look at your weather. We're seeing pretty calm conditions for some of us this morning. You'll notice that here on Whitesburg, we're seeing it drying out, but for our counties closer to the Kentucky-Virginia border, well, you're seeing a little bit of fog this morning as those rain chances really just started getting out of here a couple of hours ago. You're seeing that really here on satellite and radar as well. So if you're down into the valley, especially over there along those counties along the Kentucky-Virginia border, definitely take it a little bit slow this morning. Temperatures, they're starting to drop, especially up to the north. We're seeing those lower lower 30s. Some spots are still into the upper 30s to lower 40s if you look down to the south and to the east. And really all of us are going to cool down as we head into the rest of today. So if you're headed out this morning getting the kids ready for school, well, you're going to need the jacket this morning as most of us are into those lower 30s. A chilly start, seeing those chilly conditions continue throughout the day with those low to mid 50s for your highs today. But sunshine continues, which is the good news. And we see that continue into the next couple of days. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a little bit.
All right, well, thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Still to come, a section of the Red River Gorge was closed to the public yesterday as firefighters battled a large wildfire. And one local sheriff's department is looking for a driver who did not stop at a school bus who was stopped with its lights flashing, nearly hitting a child.